Assalamu alaikum. Today we will learn about the tale of Prophet Musa. So let's start. Once upon a time there was a king called Pharaoh. He was the ruler of a great land named Egypt. Pharaoh became very arrogant and asked the Egyptian people to take him as their god and to worship him alone among the many peoples who lived in Egypt. There was a group called the Israelites. Many of the Israelites were slaves, which means they had to work for no pay and they were treated very badly. One day the evil Pharaoh and his men decided that very baby boy born to an Israelite will be killed. Only their girl baby will be allowed to live. This was a horrible affliction, and the Israel cried out to Allah for help. At that time, one of the Israeli mothers had a baby in her belly. She was afraid it might be a son and that the soldier of the Pharaoh would take him away and then kill him. So she hid her belly and no one knew that she was pregnant. Finally, her child was born. The baby was a boy. She loved him so much and gave him the name Musa. But she was very frightened of the soldiers who were searching every house for baby sons. So she prayed to God every day, "Please, O Allah, please help me save my baby." Allah answered the prayers of Musa's mother and commanded her to put Musa into a basket and cast him into the river. He told her to not be afraid, and he told her that she would soon be together with her beloved son. Allah told her that Musa was chosen as a messenger of God. Musa's mother was very worried. "I must cast my baby into the river. That sounds so dangerous, but I will put my trust in Allah. He will certainly bring my son back to me." So the mother took Musa and his sister to the river. The soldiers found the basket and took the baby to the Pharaoh, who was very angry. "I told you to kill every Israel boy, every one of them," he screamed. But Mahar's wife Ashia was a good woman, and she begged Pharaoh to let her raise Musa as her son. "Look how cute he is. Please let him live. Maybe we can adopt him as our own son." The Pharaoh granted his wife her wish. From then on, Musa lived in the place. Musa was very hungry and would not stop crying. No one was able to calm him down. The Pharaoh's wife called out for wet nurses to feed him, but Musa did not accept any of them. The Pharaoh's wife was desperate. She didn't know what to do. Finally, Musa's sister Maryam came to her and said, "I know an Israeli woman who loves babies and babies love her. Ashia was so happy to hear this. Really? Okay, Harry. Okay, hurry up and bring her to me. Musa needs to eat something. So Mariam went to her mother and brought her to the place. Every day Musa's mother came to the place to feed her son and to look after him. She taught him to be a good man and to pray to Allah, who saved him from Pharaoh and his soldiers. She taught him to not do bad things or say bad words, and to feed poor and weak people who are treated badly. One day Musa was walking in the city and suddenly saw two men fighting. One of them was a poor Israeli man and the other man was Egyptian. The Israeli man saw Musa and called out to him, "Help me, please!" Musa quickly ran over and hit the Egypt man so hard that what he did, and now the soldiers were looking for Musa in order to punish him. I wanted to help, didn't didn't not want to kill this man. Oh Allah, please forgive me. Musa left Egypt and went to another land called Madian. Oh Allah, please guide me to the right path. Musa stopped at a water hole where some men were giving their animals water to drink. So he sat down to rest in the shade of a tree. From there he could see two women with their thirsty sheep. They were too afraid to go to the watering place because the men at the water hole were behaving rudely. Musa went to the women and asked them if they needed help. They saw that Musa was a very friendly man. We cannot give water to our sheep. We have to wait until these men go away. Musa took their sheep and gave them water until their thirst was quenched. "Thank you," said one of the women. "Why don't you come with us? My father can reward you for your help." So Musa went with the two women. There, there, my their father was very happy with Musa and said, "Thank you for helping my daughters. You can stay here and marry one of them if you want, but I needed your help. I am an old man and cannot work anymore." Musa accepted his offer and thanked Allah for giving him a new home again. Allah had saved Musa's life. Musa was all alone, and how he had a family and a place to live. Musa worked for many years and then left Madian with, with his family. One night, after it became dark and cold outside, Musa saw a burning fire on the right side of the mountain. He said to his family, "Stay here. I will try to bring you some of the burning wood to warm yourselves." So he started walking with his staff until he reached the place where the light came from. Suddenly he heard a voice on the right side of the valley. Musa heard the voice calling his name. It was coming from a tree. Musa returned to Egypt, and with his brother Harun he went to the place to speak the Pharaoh. Musa said, "My brother and I have come to you as prophets of Allah, the Lord of the worlds." Pharaoh said, "Prophets, are you not the baby we rescued and who grew up as our child? Are you not the one who killed a man and then escaped?" Musa answered, "Yes, I was wrong then. But God has forgiven him, and now I come as a messenger to ask you to let the Israel live with us." Pharaoh became angry and said, "I am the only God. If you pray to another God, I will put you in prison." Musa said, "Will you believe me if I show you signs that we are truly prophets of Allah?" Moses showed Pharaoh the two signs, but Pharaoh still did not believe. "This is just magic. We now show we can show you magic too. So let us meet again with all people to see that you are a liar." So Pharaoh and his men sent for the best magicians in the country to come and show their magic too. "How dare this magician defy me? I I am their God." Pharaoh screamed furiously. He ordered his men to kill the magician and to treat everyone with severe punishment if they believe in the God of Musa. The life of the Israelites became even worse, and Musa was very sad because of their suffering. Allah gave Pharaoh and his people even more sand to think about. God wanted them to recognize their evil behavior toward the Israelites. But Pharaoh ignored all of God's signs and kept calling Musa a sorcerer, and he continued harming the Israelites. Finally, Allah decided to put an end to Pharaoh's crimes after he had given him so many chances. Allah commanded Musa and his people to leave Egypt at night when it was dark. Musa left the city with all Israel. He would gather and walk toward the sea. With the help of Allah, the Israel were free at last. Musa and his brother Harun were relieved and thanked God for saving them from the evil Pharaoh and his men. Thanks for watching. Jazakallah.